Look, seeing the fall off the red pill has been one of my guilty pleasures the last couple of months. It's been amazing. Now, Tristan Tate is back again for the second time to destroy the red pill. The first time he destroyed it, he just outright said, don't compare me to those red pill dorks. They're dorks. Now, I believe Tristan Tate is more tradcon than red pill or manosphere, so he don't really subscribe to the same beliefs. Now, Tristan Tate was on his live stream when somebody asked him to speak about the Jews and asked him, why don't you speak about the Jews? Who runs the Matrix? Now, one of the talking points he's about to chop down, oddly enough, is a talking point that his own brother Andrew innovated.
I know what you want me to say. I know what conspiracies you want me to peddle. That maybe disproportional numbers of people in certain positions in Hollywood or banking or whatever are Jewish. Doesn't seem like something worth moaning about to me. Because to me, it's like moaning about the fact that most coal miners are men. There are discrepancies in race, religion, gender, in almost every profession in the world. The Jewish question, and when people ask me to talk about it, is something along the lines of, well, they secretly control the world and they're keeping all of us down and blah, 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 blah. Here's why you could take your Jewish question, shine it up real nice, and stick it up your little racist butthole. I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't actually give a fuck if there were a secret cabal of Jewish people controlling the world.
And y'all just seen Sneako ask him a really great question. Sneako asked him, come on, Tristan, you and your brother entire platform is speaking about the Matrix and speaking about people who sit at the top of the food chain and control all of the world. And if you're saying you don't care that there are people at the top of the food chain controlling and playing everybody else like puppet masters, then what is your platform based on? Then who is the Matrix and why should people care about the Matrix? And why do Andrew Tate use the Matrix as an excuse every time he goes through an obstacle? All this proves is that it's over-exaggerated, right? Like when we talk about, you know, the Matrix, like there's these undertakers who are living outside of Earth's plane, who are controlling Earth, like puppet masters, I feel like that's overstated and exaggerated. Of course, there are people who are in a position of power, but to say that they all have this one underlying agenda and their agenda is to, like, yo, it's just too complicated. And one of the originators of that thought process is telling you that it makes no sense.
Or a secret cabal of black people controlling the world, or a secret cabal of cisgender white men controlling the world, or a secret cabal of Mexicans controlling the world. I don't care. And I'm going to tell you why I don't care and why you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care because I, Tristan Tate, was born as a mixed-race man in the projects on a council estate in England. I lived in a homeless shelter for years, and I am now in the top 1% of the top 1% in terms of income bracket. I'm in a very high percent in terms of influence bracket. I have 37,000 people listening to me right now. A lot of you respect me. A lot of you care what I have to say. A lot of you want to listen to my opinions. Loads of you want to listen to my opinions about the Jewish question. Who cares? Stop caring. If you become a multi-billionaire and somehow Jews are messing with you, by all means, go on your stupid little crusade.
Take Jews out of it, though. This is exactly what Andrew Tate platform is, right? That the rich and powerful, the elite, the Matrix is coming after me because I'm speaking the truth. That's like that's exactly what their platform is on. The yo, I don't know what Tristan was thinking, because Tristan is also saying, yo, the Matrix is coming after him and his brother because they are just too rich, too wealthy, too powerful, and can't be controlled, and they're just speaking the truth and trying to make men masculine again. So if nobody's coming after you, if there's no secret agenda against you, then what are we talking about here? Sneako was also confused. So Sneako asked Destiny his take on what appears to be straight up hypocrisy from Tristan Tate, and Destiny had a reasonable defense for Tristan Tate.
First, what do you think about Tristan? Did you see Tristan Tate's answering certain questions?
About the Jew stuff or whatever?
Yeah. What's your take on that?
I mean, obviously I agree.
You agree that it's not worth talking about and you should just get money and go on dates?
There's almost nothing there. People that obsess over it are generally losers. They generally offer no good solutions or advice or things to live in life. Anybody that offers grand conspiracy narratives about how the world is run, it's usually disempowering as f***, and it's just annoying to deal with. And it's, I don't know. But obviously that's my take on it, in my opinion, obviously.
Yeah, it's not very practical, like making it out of the Matrix and getting your money up and becoming self-sovereign and all that stuff.
Sure.
But I don't want to talk.
The problem, I guess, like real quick on this, there's like two ways to view like the Matrix. So in one way, there's like the direction that like you, Fresh and Fit, Ryan Dawson, I guess are all in this direction, and then I think Tristan Tate is in another direction. In one world, the Matrix is like there's this system of people that are trying to disenfranchise men, delete masculinity, oppress white people, and they're doing so that they can leverage institutions like the banks and the WEF in order to enrich themselves while stomping on the necks of like all these other groups beneath them that might challenge them. That's like one version of the Matrix. I think that's what like your crowd in general kind of subscribes to. I think that the version of the Matrix that the Tates, or at least Tristan, would talk about is Tristan would say the Matrix are companies telling you to buy a product because it'll make you feel good. It's women telling you to be soft because that's what they want, even though they don't. And it's a thing that is leading to disempower people because instead of telling you the things you need to hear that aren't profitable, it's just products being sold to you by companies and feel-good slogans being given to you by people that don't know what it means to be masculine or be a man, et cetera, et cetera. That's like the quote-unquote the Matrix, I think, that like Tristan is talking about.
I think Destiny is wrong because we've heard the Matrix that Tristan and Andrew is talking about, and they have specifically described it as there are people who are outside of this plane who are trying to silence them because they're too powerful and they're speaking the truth. That's their idea of the Matrix, and that aligns up with Fresh and Fit and Myron, et cetera, et cetera. So Myron and Andrew don't have different definitions for what the Matrix is. They have the exact same definition. So that's wrong. So now Sneako sort of addresses Destiny and accuses Destiny of now having a softer stance and I guess more empathy for Tristan Tate, since Tristan Tate DM'd him, and now I guess they've built some type of camaraderie. Like they've been talking in DMs and, like they've been going back and forth on Twitter and is, more friendly now than ever.
So there's a huge.
It seems like you've lightened up to his point of view quite a bit, maybe because I've seen a couple of your interactions on Twitter, and it seems like you're even starting to agree with them a lot more. I'm wondering if you have shifted your perspective on the trafficking thing, or it's also interesting to me that he ended up following you after you for months on end said that he's a human trafficker and needs to go to jail.
No, I mean, there's always going to be things that they say that I probably agree with, right? There's going to be things that he says that I disagree with. I still think they almost for certain are traffickers. But I mean, like I said, the caveat I always give is unless they lied in all of their YouTube videos, that's probably not true. But I mean, I told him as much personally in DMs too, where I said I obviously I think you guys are traffickers, but I mean, they should go to court, have their day in court, do their shit, but.
And he wasn't upset with you? He probably had a cordial conversation.
I mean, he was a little upset. I guess he didn't know that, but I mean, I told him and he said, well, we'll see what happens. I said, good luck in court. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
If I'm Sneako, I have to be pissed, bro. If I'm Sneako, I gotta be the most pissed off person on the planet right now, right? Because for you guys who don't know why Sneako was asking those questions, right, it's because Sneako has been a staunch supporter of Tristan and Andrew, and they pretty much pretend like Sneako don't exist. Like, Sneako has been a staunch advocate for Tristan and Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate don't like Sneako, and Tristan Tate kind of like treats Sneako as like the redheaded stepchild, to where he tolerates him, not really friends, don't really respect Sneako. And you got Sneako on one hand who has been a staunch advocate, while Destiny has been an adversary, and now Tristan Tate is cozying up to Destiny and being Destiny friend and buddy, and he followed Destiny back. That just goes to show, though, that your way into a man's respect isn't to cozy up to him. It's to tell him the truth. It's to be honest with him, right? It's to be his peer and not his subordinate. And I feel like where Sneako comes in is Sneako, because Sneako at one point was critiquing them, was their adversaries, not really adversaries, right? But, right, like, he was criticizing them at some point. I feel like he's now trying to overcompensate. But right now, I feel like this is a wake-up call for Sneako to realize, bruh, that you don't have to cozy up. Like, you don't have to be, like cucking for Andrew and Tristan. You feel me? Like, they will respect you more if you go about it the Destiny route, which is just criticize them and tell them the truth. Right? But it's your boy, Poetic Flacco, man. Like the video, sub to the channel, comment for the algorithm, right? But before you leave, check out this video right here. Out of here, folks.